Okay, here is case study 2. The first thing I did was I printed out the data points from Excel and I calculated the sums of the scores here for N1. This is the sum of the scores for N2. To find the sum of squares, I square each value here and then calculate the sum there. Square each value here and calculate the sum there. Then I did my other work by hand. The first thing I did was to state my null and my alternative hypothesis, which I did here. The second thing was I decided that my alpha level would be at 0.05, and I found my critical value by finding my degrees of freedom, 29 plus 29 minus 2 to get 56. So looking at my t-test table, find a critical value of 56, having a two-tailed non-directional test, I decided that my value was 2.0032. The first thing I did, after that, I just wrote down my formulas for my t-test, for my estimated standard area, my pool variance, my sum of squares, so on and so forth. The first thing I did was find my sum of squares here. Like I said, again, these were the values I calculated earlier from the square values here. And so for the sum of squares for time 1, I got 14.83. The sum of squares for time 2, I got 2.76.83. I use this given formula right here for both sum of squares 1 and sum of squares 2. And from this, I was able to place that for my pool variance, getting 14.83 plus, sum of squares 1 plus sum of squares 2 over the degrees of freedom, which was 29. So you subtract that by 1, you get 28 plus 28. And in total, my pool variance was 521. At this step, I want to find my estimated standard area. So getting the pool variance here, 5.21 over 29, which is my N1, plus 5.21 over 29 for my N2. Got these two values, square root of 36, and I got 6 for my estimated standard area. I drew an arrow to finish the t-test here. Mean 1 and mean 2, 9.62, 4.38. I had it up here earlier. I just divided the scores here to get my two means. Okay. And I put that over 6, which was my estimated standard area given here. Got 5.24 over 6 to get plus 0.87. I remember how important that plus is. I just drew a little diagram here. These were my two regions here, negative and my positive side. Probably should write a positive there. Sorry about that. Negative and my positive side. 0.87 fell in this region, in this given region here. So what I decided to do was fail to reject because it falls in the region saying that there is a difference. So I said patients showed reduced signs of pain with an active magnet than before magnet. So there is a difference. T degrees of freedom 56 is plus 0.87 and P is less than 0.5 because that's all we can speak on.